Hello and welcome. In this video I'm going to be sharing about how much stock you need for your first craft fair. So we get asked this question a lot. You are going through an exciting time, you're about to do your first craft fair or you've got one coming up, and quite rightly you are planning the stock that you're going to need to be able to take. And it's a delicate balance because we don't want to make so much stock that we just have loads of stuff that we need to sell afterwards, but at the same time we want to make enough that we make good use of the fair and that we're not running out too soon. And also, you know, we need a certain amount in order for our stand to look good, in order to attract customers, and so on and so forth. So it is a little bit of a how long is a piece of string question, in that there's no right or wrong answer. Some jewelers will take around 25 pieces, some will take 50, some will take 100 or 150. So it really depends on the type of jewelry you make, the type of fair that you're doing, and also the space that you have. But a nice exercise to do for yourself is to kind of map out the space that you're going to have. So how big is the table? Because it can be quite small and it can be quite large depending on the particular fair that you're doing, and have a think about how you're going to display the work. That may help you guide yourself in terms of how much you're going to need. So you might say, well, I have 4 or 5 necklaces over here, and then I want a selection of rings at the front, and I want to make sure I've got sort of at least 10 of those, and I want to put some bracelets over here, and I want at least 5 of those. So that's quite a nice way. You can even draw it on a piece of paper and visualize how you might display it. Of course, you don't have to display it in that way when it comes to it. You might move it around, but that can help you get an idea of, you know, how much is a minimum that you're going to need. I would say 25 is normally a minimum, but it's also quite a good amount for your first show. It depends as well if you're selling multiples of the same things or if everything's one of a kind. If you're selling multiples of the same things, you might not put them all out. But we want to make sure, most of all, that people are attracted to our stall, that they have enough choice so that they have options, that they can get things perhaps that match together. It's really nice to have some cohesive collections, because if you have a bigger sort of hero piece that might attract people to your stand and draw people in, they might not buy that piece, but they might say, oh, I love that gorgeous necklace. It's not an everyday wear, it's not something I'm ready to buy right now, but I might just get the little earrings that go with it, or I might just buy the little charm bracelet that kind of matches as well, and perhaps one day I'll work up to the necklace. So it really comes into the question about collections, how you create them, how you make them exciting for your customers. But I would say, you know, it's a very rough guide. Anywhere from about 25 to about 100 pieces is a really strong place to start with creating stock for your stands. Again, if you're making more fine jewelry or you're working more in gold, more expensive materials, you can work with less. But we don't want to go too sparse, because again, we want to give people time for their eye to move across the stand, for them to be able to take in lots of information, or as much as possible. And it's nice to have, if you can, a few different collections as well. So perhaps you might spend, you know, the first year in your business making one collection, the second year making another one, the third year making another one, and then when you come to do stands further on in your jewelry business, you have all these collections you can sort of show off, and hopefully they work well together as well, because they're all sort of your style as a jeweler. So I hope that's been helpful. If you guys have any suggestions for people in the community, other jewelers and makers, about how many pieces you take to your craft fairs, what's worked for you, any other tips to share, feel free to come and share them below. And if you guys have questions, feel free to ask those below as well. And best of luck with your first craft fair. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a like, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you would like to find out more about our free online courses and join our community, visit us at jewelersacademy.com.